I'm Mike,
I'm Anna.
and welcome to Beating Around the Bushes. That's us, we're the bushes. Today we're gonna handle some Am I the Asshole posts from Reddit. So we've pre-picked some. Hopefully in the future we can get participation from viewers on some good posts. That'll help us and make it more engaging. So we each picked a few. We're gonna talk about them and see what our opinions are. We used to do this for fun, just privately, and a lot of times we don't agree. So we'll see how this goes.
And I go first. Okay. Well, am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend I have every right to defend my home after someone started kicking my door in? I, 27 male, and my girlfriend, 26 female, have been together for 2 years. I'm a black man raised in the inner city. She's a white girl from the suburbs. We grew up different, and normally that's okay. But last week, someone tried to break into my house, and it started causing problems. I'm taking care of my mother now that she's getting up in age. She just had surgery on her legs and cannot walk. I need to stress this. She physically can't support herself, so I'm doing everything for her.
Even walking.
Well, yeah, basically. Her bedroom is in the back of the house, right next to the back door that leads to the porch. At 2 a.m. last Wednesday, my mom calls me, scared, saying someone's trying to break into the house and she can hear them banging on the back door. My girlfriend was staying with me in the bedroom when I got the call. I jumped up, grabbed my gun, and ran to the back. I don't know if it's okay, I said gun.
Well, you just said it again, so I'm really into it.
Okay. I got my pew-pew and ran to the back and started yelling for whoever was there to get away because they are still banging on the door when I got there. Things got quiet, so I checked the camera on the porch and I saw them standing there. It was 3 people and one of them said, "Keep going. It doesn't matter." So I used the speaker on my camera to say I have a weapon. It's loaded, and if you kick that door one more time, I will shoot. My girlfriend is behind me at that point, screaming not to shoot them, and it isn't worth it. The 3 people on the porch don't move, so I put my phone down, cock my weapon, and say I'm going to count to 3. And if you aren't gone by the time I get to 3, I'm firing. As soon as I counted 1, they ran away. And my girlfriend was screaming at me that there is never a reason to threaten to shoot someone, ever. I told them we're not having this conversation right now and we need to call the police. Yes, I should have done this earlier, but I was too worried about my mother to think about it. The police get called, they come out and see shoe prints on my fence and on the back door from where they were kicking and start patrolling the area but don't find them. When the police leave, my girlfriend starts yelling at me and saying she can't believe I'd be willing to shoot someone because they kicked my door. I said it isn't about the house, it's the fact that my mother is laying in bed helpless just a few feet from that door, and they could have done anything, stole things, unalived her, rape her, a combination. I have no idea, and I wasn't taking any chances. She says there is never a reason to hurt or unalive someone ever, because violence isn't the answer. It just makes you like the person you're hurting. I told her the only reason she thinks violence isn't the answer is because she's never had someone to try to physically harm her before. And I'm not going to apologize for what I did because I had every right to defend myself, my home, my mother, and her. She's been angry at me ever since and will barely even speak to me. I'm trying to consider her perspective, I really am, but I'm not going to give up my ability to defend myself because she doesn't believe violence will ever be necessary. Am I the asshole?
Did you pick this because I'm an American?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome. Alright, so do you want my opinion first?
Well, yeah, of course.
So I side with him. Personally, there were 3 people outside that obviously were willing to go the distance to break into your house and had no intention of stopping.
A really stupid way of breaking into someone's house, but yeah.
Yeah, usually you go for like, I don't know, unlock doors, windows, stuff like that, but hey.
No, you want to make as much noise as possible.
Apparently they were new to the game. But I think that, they were going to had every intention of going in there. You have no idea what they were going to do, especially if he already had called out to them and they said to keep going.
Yeah.
So they were probably going to make a physical altercation with everyone in that house.
Yeah. And there were 2 women.
Yeah, I was gonna say his scenarios of like.
And they were 3 guys.
Yeah, the condition that his mother is in, he has a girlfriend, like, they obviously don't have a lot of character. And the only thing that made them go away was the sound of an actual weapon instead of the threat.
Yeah.
And so what were you going to do? Like, you can't let them come in and just do whatever. They'll just keep coming back until there's nothing left.
Yeah.
And there's 3 of them, so it's not like you could use, like, a knife.
Yeah, no.
And they might have had weapons, so what, are you going to be the person that, I don't know, is on the the end that can't defend themselves, or just has their hands and they have whatever? So I think that, yeah, in this case, like, he was in the right. They probably should have called the police a little bit sooner, especially because you're the only one with a weapon and there's 2 other people that could call the police in the meantime. Better chance of catching them as well.
Yeah, the mom, because the girlfriend was too busy screaming at him.
Yeah, didn't they say that the mom called him?
Yeah.
Well, what the hell else was she doing with her phone? Filming?
I don't know. I mean, when I would think that when things like this happen, you just don't think straight. You're like scared, especially like you as the mom, because you can't move. You're literally like at will, basically. Like,
I feel like 911 and 112 are just beaten into like us as children. That if there is a problem, like, that's why it's just memorized.
I mean, yeah, but like that's why it's memorized. It's memorized because it's easy. But I don't know. I get. Where like in the heat of the moment, you don't think of that. You think when you calm a little bit down.
I guess I just feel like when they're showing, like, he did say he was from the inner city, so maybe he's not a fan of the police being around type of thing.
Plus, he's a black person.
Yeah, I mean, so there is that aspect of it too.
Like, if I would be black, I would be afraid to call the police, especially since I was the one with the gun. Doesn't matter if it was in my house, but given what happened with that woman with the boiling water, like,
yeah,
you don't want to risk it.
Yeah, I think like there's a lot of scenarios. One thing I don't understand is, like, while this is all going down, your girlfriend thinks it's the best time to have like a debate on
yeah,
why you should or shouldn't do this.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Like, of all of the things going on, I get like there's like not trauma responses, but like you're in the heat of the moment. There's a lot of different responses, but I've never heard like fight, flight, flee, or debate. Like, he's being threatened by the people outside for people to come in, and she's threatening him with a tough conversation behind him.
I guess she didn't really see it as a potentially dangerous situation.
Dude, someone's beating on my door while I'm in bed, and I invited no one over. I'm assuming that it's not for, like, to hand me money. I'm not assuming I want something at bedtime.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my opinion, not the a-hole. Yours?
Obviously not the asshole.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, dude, no. Like, I don't
How
really...
un-European of you.
Yeah. Well, I don't agree with guns in the house. I don't. But since you already have one, well, you know...
I am like, American, we're born
not
with them.
you, this guy, like, since he already has one, like, yeah, defend the house, you know, like, you have to, like, I don't understand, I understand the same one, like, oh my god, violence is not the answer, but, you know, sometimes it is, like, when you have someone that's violent in front of you, what are you gonna do? Be like, no, man.
Hug them.
Yeah, exactly. Hug them. It's like, tell me who hurt you.
Yeah, that was weird. She's like, violence just gets violence. But what if, when these people broke in, what were you going to do? Be like, would you like some muffins?
Yeah.
Because they're going to eat the muffins and then they're going to beat you. But whatever. Hey.
Yeah.
For many reasons, I'm glad that I was not in that situation. But hey,
Yeah.
so I just said that we usually don't agree, and we agreed on the first one. So
Well, yeah. I don't know when you, but well, I think that we kind of always agree, but okay.
maybe I'm misremembering.
You probably are.
Stop gaslighting me. All right, we're gonna go with number 2 now.
You're going with number 2.
You really opened up with a better one than mine, so now I feel self-conscious about all of the ones that I chose. No big deal though.
Well, that was one of the worst ones.
Oh boy. Alright, I'm gonna get put to shame. So here's one on the lighter side. Am I the a-hole for not giving my ex back a gift I received from his great-grandmother? I, 23 female, and my ex, 22 male, have been broken up for just about 3 years now. For context now, we had a child together in our relationship, and we are both currently in new relationships. His new girlfriend is pregnant with his second child. Recently, I received a message from my ex asking for a stone-carved pregnant elephant that was gifted to me by his great-grandmother 5 years back. His grandmother sadly passed a year back, and he is currently asking for it back. A lot of backs in that sentence. I asked him firstly why he wanted it back, as it was a gift for me during my pregnancy.
Take a shot every time you hear back.
Yeah. You'll never hear the third. Context. A bit more context. We visited his family, and his grandmother had elephants everywhere in her home. I made a comment about how beautiful her collection was, as some of them were very unique. She lit up and insisted I take one as a welcome to the family present. I tried to politely tell her I would feel horrible to break up the collection, but she kept insisting. At this point, I didn't want to be rude, and I said okay, and I walked around with her as she told me stories of how she got some of the elephants. Anyways, we stumbled upon the stone carved elephant with a carved out tummy
That's so cute.
with a baby inside.
That's so cute.
She heavily implied that my choice should be that specific elephant, as it fits the situation perfectly, me being pregnant at the time. I smiled and accepted and thanked her for letting me carry apart her collection with for letting me carry a part. Sorry, there's a misspelling of her collection with me. She gave me a hug and accepted me into part of the family.
Just part of it.
Yeah, my my ex, who I guess got a little bit jealous, wanted to pick out an elephant of his own, so he got to do so. Back to current day, he told me, due to the passing of his grandmother, he wanted to have the elephant to put with a gift he got with his great grandfather so that they could both be together. When I asked him why he specifically wanted mine, he kept dodging the question and said it belonged to his grandmother, and it being a gift from her to me held no value. I reminded him that he got to choose his own that day. He dodged that too, calling me selfish and a lowlife. Part of me is more than willing to give it back to him, but part of me knows that he's just going to give this elephant to his new girlfriend because of her new pregnancy. I say this because I know he's narcissistic and manipulative personality. Why would he ask me now and not a year ago upon her passing? Am I the a-hole? And there is an update. I looked at the price of the elephant online. It's made from jade, and I have seen some sold for $200 to $400 online. Money might be a key factor in getting it back.
No, she's not the asshole. That's dumb. Like, 'cause that was that was a present for her, and if she got accepted into the family. Like, that was basically like a welcome to the family gift.
As she said.
Yeah, like why would I give it back?
Yeah, I mean, it was a gift.
Yeah.
The only people who can give a gift back.
Yeah. No, he like, what, do you think that if the person who gave me the gift died, then that means that, well, you can ask me for the gift back? That's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, Personally, I don't think she's the a-hole either. I see like kind of why she would feel like, okay, maybe I should, because
Yeah,
it's the ex, it's his family. But yeah,
yeah,
it kind of sounds like this dude is looking to regift it or
yeah.
sell it or something, and it really sounds like that's the track it's going down. So why give it back if that's the case?
No, I don't know if like he's like. I feel like it doesn't really matter why he wants it back.
Yeah, fair.
I think that um if it would have been like the last thing, like if the grandmother didn't have a whole collection, then maybe yes, I would understand. You know, if she had one elephant, really cared for it, and you want it back because she died and whatever. But it's one of the 5,000 billion elephants she had.
And it was given to her by the grandmother.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like I see in a different scenario where maybe you would want to give it back, but in this case, like, yeah, it's really up to you. There's no wrong decision.
yeah. Trying to find the best one. Oh
So
no, that's
many,
it. Yeah, because I have things to choose from.
so many options.
Oh my god, this is the best ever. This is the one I told your parents,
Oh,
but
okay.
you were not there.
I don't remember. I was gonna say I don't remember
No.
this at all.
Am I? Oh, but no, because like, this isn't. Am I overreacting though?
Yeah, okay. That's a different video.
Yeah. No. This was a good one
Now you're just teasing people.
though. Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. Just go with this one. Not this one.
No.
I was looking for one particular. Okay. Would I be the asshole if I report my otherwise well meaning coworker to HR for unwanted advice she's been giving me? I've been having beef with my coworker, Lauren, since she started working in the same office as me a year ago. I am a tomboy and been so my entire life. I look like a guy, I like to dress like a guy, and almost all of my fashion icons are guys. But I'm straight and female and I'm comfortable with who I am. It just so happens that I prefer to wear menswear for a few numbers of reasons. Having short hair and an allergy to certain ingredients used in cosmetics makes me look even more like a dude.
The allergies make you look like a dude, or the cosmetics?
The fact that you can't put cosmetics because of the allergies. Lauren prides herself of being a straight ally, which I'm cool with. She does her own thing, that is totally fine. What isn't fine by me is this weird fixation she has had on me ever since we met. Lauren is convinced that I am a closeted trans man. When we are alone, which I make a point to avoid to begin with, she's always telling me how she will support me when I come out and how she has all this advice for people like me. She goes out of her way to track me down and tell me about these blogs about people like me, which is cool, but please leave me alone so I can do my job. So she once even asked me if I ever thought about doing hormone treatments. She creeps me the F out. So thankfully, I haven't seen Lauren face to face since our office began working from home. But every now and then, Lauren will try and reach out to me to talk, which I ignore, of course. That is until last night, and the reason why I'm writing today. I don't know how she did it, but she sent me a personal email containing a link to a psychiatrist who specializes in counseling pre op, pre hormonal therapy, trans men and women, and the usual spiel about how she is always there to help me. I'm reluctant to bring this up to HR because I don't want to discourage Lauren from offering up help to those who need it and do it on the reg. On the reg?
Like on the regular.
Oh, I thought so. Okay. But I feel like she invaded my privacy big time by not only finding out my personal email, but bringing her unsolicited advice from the office to my personal life and thus violating my home work life balance. The other reason why I feel like this will be an a-hole move is because everyone at work would know that it is me who reported her. It's no secret about Laura's behavior around me. I don't know if anyone else has reported her, but if I do and she gets fired, then this is all going to come back to me and I will be in trouble with my colleagues. While our office environment is pretty neutral, some of my coworkers are friends with Lauren and I'm afraid that they will blame me. I just need a second opinion. I don't know how long I can take this harassment, but would I be the asshole if I report my coworker to HR for harassment? I don't need her advice. I don't want her advice. I just want Lauren to leave me alone. Edit. Yes, I have told her I am not trans. She is still convinced that I'm in denial.
Let me tell you what you think about you.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think?
Okay, so the update gave me a little bit of a, took the wind out of some of my sails, because it's like, I think you need to, like, confront her first. She doesn't seem like violent or like any, which I guess you can't tell, but I think like maybe it's a situation you should like just tell her straight up, you're not, please stop, because it is kind of weird, like,
Yeah.
especially the constant, and to find someone's personal email from work, like that's, you had to find that somewhere on like their social media profile or like something, which means you did a lot of research into that, which is a little creepy.
Yeah.
And then to send, what was it, like a therapist?
A psychiatrist. A blog, I think it was a blog.
That's too far. Like, that's way too far. And how is this person not self-aware?
No, a link to a psychiatrist. No, I don't know. But there are like these people that are completely unaware of anything.
She's apparently been confronted about it. Like, people can tell when they're being ignored sometimes.
Sometimes.
Apparently this person can't. But I can see where like the hang up is.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be like the pariah of the office.
Yeah.
But this is getting to a kind of a stage of, it's getting more and more intense.
See, I feel like I'm the best employee. Like, oh my god. But I think that people should be more like me in this scenario. Like, I would complain, like, to my coworkers, but not in a, oh my god, I hate her. No, in a, like, dude, this is making me not feel okay, because, like, explaining, like, it makes me feel a little bit, like, violated. She is insisting a lot, like, I don't feel comfortable. And I would complain, especially to people that I know that she's friends with, but I would complain in a, not in a, oh my god, I hate her way, in a, I don't feel okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that, first of all, maybe they will go to her and be like, dude, chill down. Or, worst case scenario, when I go and I file a complaint at HR, there's no out of the blue, because yes, she said that everyone knows that it would be her, because everyone knows how Lauren is behaving with her, but no one knows how she's feeling about it though, and no one knows how much Lauren is coming for her. Like, they know that she is, but like, they don't know that she's like constantly trying to get her to get the OP alone to talk to her and stuff like that. They don't know that.
Then it's supposed to be like, HR is supposed to do it kind of a little bit more anonymously.
Well, yeah, but she was saying that because they know.
I was just gonna say, everyone's gonna know, because I doubt she's running around the office.
Yeah.
Throwing out trans therapy cards to everyone. But yeah, maybe you just talk to HR before you actually officially file a complaint.
Yeah, but they can't do anything unless you file a complaint.
True, but maybe like I don't know, you can just get someone to talk to. Like if your office is big enough, maybe there's like an office therapist that deals with smaller things like this. But I don't know. I don't think if you file a complaint, you're necessarily an a-hole. But yeah, I could see where it would potentially mess up your work culture balance and
Yeah.
kind of out you.
I feel like it's really crazy how people are like so unaware of themselves.
No kidding.
Like this is crazy, especially because there are like comments in there. Someone was commenting and asking like, "Have you talked to her?" And the OP was like, "Yes, I did multiple times. I told her like I'm not trans. These conversations make me uncomfortable, but she and to leave me alone. But she basically didn't care."
He's like, I'm not trans. Yes, you are.
Yeah, yeah.
Like no, like actually leave me alone.
That is insane. Like I don't understand, and I don't understand how you can. Okay, maybe you're not self-aware, but how do you not pick up social cues? Like if someone is ignoring you, like someone is saying like leave me alone, I don't need your advice, I don't want this, this is making me uncomfortable, and then after they're telling you this, they keep avoiding you. How is it not obvious? Like what do you need? Do you need someone to? Do you need the whole office to come and tell you this? It's insane. But yeah.
I feel like, I don't know. I just can't imagine being that, like, not aware
Yeah, it's
of
crazy.
my surroundings and how I'm interacting with people. Ugh. Ugh. I'm gonna go with obviously not the.
Yeah, no,
a-hole.
not yes.
All right, let's go to the next post. Yours are better than mine, and I'm still wondering if we went to the same Reddit.
No, we don't. We didn't.
What, do you have a different Romanian one?
No, I went to that one to the best.
Oh yeah. So you cheated. Got it.
No.
Am I the a-hole for no longer updating my ex on our child's school stuff?
Probably not.
This one did get tagged, but it didn't get tagged at the point that I highlighted it.
Oh, okay.
I split up with my ex almost 2 years ago. My child started school the same year. My ex was never involved in our child's educational needs, even when she was a toddler. I handled it all myself.
I completely understand.
Excuse you?
Excuse you.
Okay. You want to see what it's like to handle it all by yourself?
Is that a threat online?
No, not to like leave. Like I won't leave. I'll just watch you do everything.
We were talking about school, man.
My child's school offers multiple apps and websites. You can be up to date with everything without ever having to contact anyone.
That's really cool.
Yeah, mine didn't have that.
Oh.
That was also like 1990 something. I asked my ex repeatedly to get at least the main apps. They fancy, they got apps. So that I don't have to keep reminding him of important dates and our child's progress. He didn't care. Just a few examples. Whenever I asked to make a plan for any school break, he'd ask when the school break is. I sent him links to the school website, but he couldn't even be bothered to take a screenshot or make a note of the dates, etc. So he'd ask again next time around too. He couldn't be bothered to update his phone number in the school records, so the office couldn't contact him during an emergency. I informed him about all parent-teacher meetings. He said he couldn't make it, and that it made sense for me to go because he didn't know the teachers. Even in September, when neither of us knew the new teachers. Side note, he doesn't work. I do, so I thought it was logical to have him attend so I wouldn't have to take time off of work to do so. I send him any important dates, school plays, any shows, sports, etc. He'd pick and choose the ones not involving much interaction. Reading together on World Book Day was a no-go, but watching the kids race was okay. etc. I'd even invite him to events organized by any clubs my kids are in, clubs I organized and paid for myself. But he always had an excuse unless the events fell on his weekends. Even then, he'd sometimes ask me to swap the weekend. That is impressive. Uh, I accepted it for over a year for the sake of peace. I wanted my kid to see her dad support her achievements too. But it's been so long, and I'm just tired of having to both handle the responsibility and remember to give him updates about it. It also felt like I was trying to make him involved when he clearly wasn't interested. So last autumn, I announced to him that it was on him to stay up to date with our child's school stuff. I gave him 2 weeks to get everything sorted. I even listed all the important apps, websites, so he wouldn't miss anything. The only one I didn't share was a payment portal, as I knew he wouldn't care about that one. I promised to still share any information passed via written notes, letters, etc., as obviously he would not have access to those otherwise. I followed through with it. It took him 2 months to realize what's happened, and now he's furious, saying that I'm using the child against him. He got his family involved, and now they are all bombarding me with texts saying that I'm the a-hole for doing it to him and our child. His mother also pointed out that she'd done everything herself as well and didn't involve her husband in the school stuff, so she knows it's not that hard and I'm being dramatic. Am I the a-hole?
No, no. He's obviously a deadbeat. Like what? What? No.
Yeah, this
Get
one.
the F out.
This one I did have a feeling how you would like respond, but it was such an interesting scenario that I had to share it.
Yeah, this is like ridiculous. He is a child. And also, why is he not paying for shit? Sorry, for stuff.
I honestly, well, of course I don't know. I don't know these people. Yeah, I think it is impressive that, I mean, when I went to school, we never had apps. Like, you got a report card in, like, paper form, and you brought that to your parents, you brought notes to your parents.
How hard is it to install an effing app? To
Sometimes
go
you gotta
on
put
a
your password in.
website. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, for real. You obviously are not interested. If you're not interested, then just move on.
Well, I mean, look at, like, trading weekends that
Yeah.
the kid actually has stuff to do.
This-
And, I mean, I would say you're putting the bare minimum in, but you're not. And some of, like, this stuff would be normal if it wasn't the points adding up over you just really don't care. You just want to be around.
Yeah.
Well, not even really that.
No, you want to be around when you don't have to interact, which, like, maybe he has a problem, you know, like maybe he has social anxiety or stuff like that, you know, and that's why he doesn't really want to interact. Maybe that's why he doesn't have a job, but I don't care.
Yeah, so
know,
you
have
the
a
kid, you have to
child.
step up a little bit.
Exactly, you have a child. At that point, you have to, like, okay, you have social anxiety, cool for you, but I have anxiety. So, like, I'm not bashing people who have anxiety, but you have to, like, get over yourself a little bit. I'm doing that with Cass.
I think too, you like, there's therapy, there's medication, like,
Yeah.
you're unemployed, but there is
Well,
still stuff out there.
I was gonna say he's unemployed, so.
Also, like, one of the things said he was busy. Busy doing what?
I mean, maybe he was going to interviews. You don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I could guess the answer would probably be no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oof. Obviously, I'm on the not the a-hole side too.
Wait. 'Cause now I'm confused. I skipped some.
We need an editor so that they can take some of this stuff out.
No, it's funny. I forgot about this one. Now, like, rereading them, it's like, is it good? Nah. Anyway.
This is the one?
What? The one what?
They were doing?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Am I the a-hole for not letting my husband into the labor room and picking our child's name? Apparently, there's also an update after almost a year. Uh, oh, I didn't read that. Interesting. Okay. Oh, that's a big one.
I was just gonna say that. That's what she said.
Okay, I'm gonna try to read faster. This is a throwaway account because I'm so annoyed, and need to vent. This will be a lot, so I'm sorry in advance. I, 28 female, have been together with my husband, 27 male, for nearly 10 years. We got married at 21, had our first son a year after, followed by our daughter 3 years later. I built my whole life around my family. We got good jobs, we worked full times, I worked from home, we had a good home in a great neighborhood, and we put our children in good schools. We also had a successful business on the side. I thought we did everything right. My best friend, since we were in middle school, lived close. We had our daughters around the same time, and we'd have play dates all the time. We leaned on each other a lot. I gave her all the support when she was going through issues with her daughter's deadbeat father and got her in contact with a good lawyer.
Maybe these people are neighbors with the last people.
I leaned on her when I was recovering from my traumatic second birth and the depression that followed. We leaned on each other for everything. 10 months ago, I found out I was pregnant for the third time. I was really uneasy about this because of my traumatic experience the second time. Also, my husband and I both agreed we were done after our 2 children.
Apparently not.
I considered, can I say this? Abortion.
Yeah.
Okay, but my husband insisted we keep it. Keep it. I was still uneasy about the pregnancy and borderline miserable for the next 6 months. I was diagnosed with hyper something gravidari.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Okay, so you don't know either. Hyperemesis gravidarum.
It sounds like a Harry Potter curse.
Oh yeah, and she was throwing up 20 times a day for 6 months straight. I lost a ton of weight, had to stop working, and was sent to the hospital frequently due to severe dehydration. My husband stood by me and showered me with attention, for which I was grateful. He cut down his hours at work to look after me, the house, and the kids. My best friend would come to our home frequently to check on me and also help with the house. When I hit 6 months, the diagnosis decreased a lot and I was almost back to myself. One night, after having a movie night with my family, my husband and I were getting ready to sleep. He fell asleep right away while I quickly checked on the kids before getting into bed. His phone was vibrating like crazy, so out of genuine curiosity, I unlocked his phone. We used to do this a lot when we were younger, so I didn't think too much of it. I was already sitting in bed. Um, I saw messages from my friend. They were frantic spam messages. One of them said, "Please come over, I need you." Another one said, "I know I shouldn't be messaging here, but I miss you." And, "Come over when she is asleep."
Ooh, that one's gonna be hard to make an excuse for.
Yeah. I think I was in there in a daze for nearly 5 minutes. I cried a lot quietly, and the fatigue kind of left me. I scoured his phone looking for more. I saw emails and DMs from them both, even using apps like Kik to message, and the pictures.
Dude, they were emailing.
Yeah.
How old are you?
28. 27, 28.
Who emails? That'd be like writing a letter to them.
Well, you email because
no one checks email.
Exactly. But the worst part was finding out my husband left me one time in the hospital with my mother while he went back home where my kids were being babysat by my friend and got intimate in our bedroom with our kids in the house.
Like, hey, mother-in-law, can you watch your daughter? I gotta go cheat on her real quick.
I kicked him out the following morning after confronting him.
She let him sleep?
Why?
I don't know. Well, because he probably would have made a whole scene. She would have made a whole scene. The kids were sleeping. You have to be an adult.
Yeah, you have to not wake the kids. That's very important.
Yeah. They will wake you up. I kicked him out the following morning after confronting him and filed for separation sometime after. For the next 2 months, he had been begging for forgiveness, then complaining and insulting me that I'm not letting him see his kids or that I'm stopping him from going with me to doctor appointments, which I had been. We had planned months earlier about who was going to be in labor room. It was going to be my mother and husband. He called me when I was 35 weeks, questioning the labor situation. At this point, he had moved in with my ex friend. Um, I said no. He got very angry. Lots of my in laws and family members told me to put our differences aside for our baby. I still said no. I gave birth to my son with my mother and my sister present and didn't feel any regret about my choice. After my second traumatic birth, I just wanted to make sure this one was stable as possible, which it was. We were going to name our child after his father who passed away. I went along with it to make him happy, but changed my mind and picked a name I had always loved since childhood. This aggravated him even more. Am I the a hole? Because I'm being guilt tripped by many people right now. All I want is for everyone to leave me alone and for me to just be with my kids. Edit just wanted to add that I do let him see the kids. That would be crazy if I didn't. My children love their dad. I just have certain boundaries now that we aren't together and he doesn't respect them. He gets angry and says things that are categorically not true. He got to meet our newborn son hours after I gave birth. Is she the asshole?
Nah, you can't. Your wife's pregnant, so you cheated on her, which is bad enough already. But you decided to go after the best friend, which is just like, I don't know, a double whammy. You
Do not do either of those, but you especially do not mix.
friendship and pleasure with your wife's best friend.
I feel like he was.
I thought it was weird when they said the best friend came over and was like cleaning the house. I was like, what?
I mean, she wasn't feeling well. Like she was.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I get there are friends that do that and they live close, so it's not that big of an issue. But, like, she was coming over to get her pipes cleaned too.
Yeah.
There's nothing more seductive than. Actually, there's a lot of videos on the internet out there of
People cleaning and making it sexual. So, never mind. I take that comment back.
But I was gonna say that, obviously it's not okay to cheat. It's not okay to cheat with the best friend. It's not okay to cheat with the best friend while your wife is pregnant. But also the audacity to then insult her and like, where was it?
How did he insult you?
Well, because she said that he was begging for forgiveness, then complaining and insulting me that I'm not letting him see his kids and that I'm stopping him from going with me to the doctor. Like,
You're
dude,
not
like,
going to the doctor with me, and you made the decision, so you're seeing, like, you will see the kids, but you don't get to see them like you used to, because you weren't acting like a father or husband.
yeah, yeah. It supposedly has a 11 months later update.
What do you think of the name change, though?
I think that's fair.
Because I feel like that could be interesting, especially because the father died.
I mean, yeah, but I don't think the father wanted this or like needed it.
We don't know. We can't ask him.
Well, yeah, true, but like it's not your kid, so it's still our choice. And since you decided that it's better if you cheat on me with my best friend as I'm pregnant,
In your house.
in my house, as you My best friend was babysitting our kids. Like, are you serious?
On the plus side, though, the kids don't need babysitting. Apparently, they can function on their own
Yeah,
without supervision.
yeah. Yeah, it's insane. So, like, after all that, no, like, you don't get a say. Sorry.
Yeah,
I guess my best friend can give you another kid and you can name that kid however you want.
Yeah, because I was like, ooh, that kind of stings, but yeah, the grandfather's death, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Woof, what a mess. This is how like a horrible movie starts.
Yeah. Should I?
Yeah, let's do. I'm interested in the update. If everyone
It's
out
like
there
a year
is
later.
not, like, just skip it.
Yeah. So I'm back after nearly a whole year. I completely forgot about this post because I've been so wrapped up in other things. For anyone who doesn't, whatever. My baby turned 1 today, and after celebrating his birthday and Christmas with my kids, it finally hit me. This is my new reality. First of all, my ex-husband and I finally went through with the divorce proceedings. I had been holding it off during my pregnancy and early postpartum period to avoid added stress and to carefully plan for my children and myself. I was awarded primary physical custody of our children. Their dad visits once a week, and the two older kids, 7 and 4, spend every other weekend with him. My youngest will start doing the same in a couple of months, which makes me nervous. Fair. What? Like a year and a few months? That's okay. He's especially clingy with me. All my kids are, but my youngest has really only known me as the most present parent.
Makes sense.
Yeah. One of the main stipulations in our custody agreement is that my ex's affair partner is prohibited from seeing the kids. My poor kids have been confused enough by their parents' sudden split, and I didn't want them even more confused by seeing their aunt, who is supposed to be mommy's best friend, with their dad. It was deemed emotionally detrimental in court. As for the baby name, he's been so bitter about it. I think he's still annoyed about it. His side has been trying to convince me to change the name to something we'd both like, especially after the divorce was finalized. But it's been a year now, and the baby quite literally answers by the name I gave him, obviously. So I'm not going to change it. He was also unhappy with the child support payments, among other payments, and asked for some revisions. One main thing he asked to change was the cost of our kids' school tuition. He pays for their tuition, which he felt was too much and too harsh, but the court stuck with the original payments. As for my ex-husband and ex-best friends, they continued dating. I found out that they had started seeing each other a month into my third pregnancy.
You barely know.
Jesus. They had actually slept together during my second pregnancy. Oh, wow.
Yeah, straight up a-hole.
But didn't pursue a relationship then because, as they put it, they weren't ready to ruin things and didn't want to hurt anybody.
Ah, so you waited until you had a third kid and then were like, now it's time.
Yeah. Jesus. My ex's side have been very supportive of their relationship, even inviting her to holiday gatherings like Thanksgiving or family
Like
holidays.
a family of dicks.
Yeah. Because of this, my kids don't go very often to these events. I don't know, after this whole fiasco, I'm coming to the realization that perhaps my ex's side never really liked me all that much. But that's okay. I eventually spoke with my ex best friend to ask why they did it. She claimed that they were just friends but grew close while she was dealing with issues involving her deadbeat ex boyfriend. Both of them insisted that my ex husband just wanted to protect her, which supposedly turned into love.
He helped her get unstuck from the washing machine.
Hearing this hurt me a lot, but at the same time, I felt relieved to know the truth. When I sat with this information for a while, it stopped hurting. It made me realize I didn't still love my ex husband and can finally let go of him and their betrayal. They broke up a week ago. Apparently, it's just a break, though nobody knows. Although my kids go to their dad's house every other weekend, it has helped a lot with making time for myself. Obviously, I'm figuring out who I am without being a wife or mom all the time. In many ways, I find what happened to be a true blessing, which is why I'm no longer angry. As for me, I've been seeing someone. It hasn't been very long, nor is it that serious yet, but we get along great. Initially, my ex husband made the whole situation difficult. He didn't want me to have any men, specifically around the kids.
Homie, you cheated. Like, you had other women, but you were married.
Dude, how do you how do you how
This
do you
this second pregnancy wasn't the right time.
how do you cheat? Like, this is in the second pregnancy. You come on, you can't tell me that they slept together when she was pregnant with the second baby, and then nothing happened until she got pregnant with the third baby. Because there must have been at least 6 months.
Yeah.
In between, at least 6 months. So you're telling me that for at least 6 months, nothing happened? Come on.
I feel like, too, you knew it was gonna happen again. Like, you discussed how far you should take it.
Yeah, like, this is ridiculous. I don't understand. People don't really do well with communication. It's insane. Oh, Jesus, this is ridiculous.
That's a bad one. Like,
That is really bad one, but it's a good one though.
yeah. I mean, there was that singer here that
Oh yeah.
He took his, well, now he's married to his.
No, he's not married.
Oh no, they're still just dating?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
even worse.
Yeah.
But he was like basically canceled by people with morals.
Yeah.
Quite a few.
Well, he was like, so we have this like rapper type of thing, and he was a pretty big deal.
Yeah, his name's Spike. I mean, put him on blast if you're a Romanian listener. It's fine.
Yeah, and he was a pretty big deal. He had a lot of bangers, like a lot of like songs that.
He did have a lot of bangers, including his wife's, or his best friend's wife.
And he was pretty popular. People really liked him, and he had this has had he had this friend which is stand-up comedian in here, and the stand-up comedian was married to his wife for like 7 years or more. Like, yeah, they were together and they dated and like got married. Like, they were together for like ever. They were together since the dawn of time. And and Spike, the singer, the rapper, was at their wedding was the best man. And yeah, the rapper decided to like steal the. I mean, I can't say that he stole the wife like as if she's an object. She had a mind of her own, and she was even worse than he was.
Yeah, the comedian is Borda.
Borda, yeah.
Yeah.
But ever since that happened,
We'll have him on the show at some point.
ever since that happened, you don't really see him. You don't really hear his music. He has released some songs.
But nobody cared.
Yeah, people don't really care. And I did.
He did have some great songs though.
Yeah.
It was really upsetting.
Yeah, he did. I did go on one of the new ones at some point, and I went in the comment section, and it was like just people going for him. There was no support, nothing, no love, nothing. It was just hate. Like, how dare you?
Actions have consequences,
Yeah.
especially public ones like that. You are a public figure.
You were popular. You were both popular.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and you were best friends, and you just don't go after somebody's best friends.
After your best.
Yeah,
friends.
after your best friend's significant other.
Yeah, yeah. It's yeah. A waffle. A waffle.
We should do one more, you think?
One more you.
Let people get back to their lives.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of the one I did, so this is just as much a surprise for me as it is for you.
Okay.
Sure.
No. I can do better than that. Where you going?
I didn't say I could do better than that. I think I have a better one,
Oh, yeah.
but we have. I couldn't remember if it's a Am I the A-hole one? Now they're getting tagged. It's like you get a spoiler.
Yeah, I mean, it has happened for me to see like posts, like am I the asshole post, that was tagged. This was deleted.
Oh.
We should have taken screenshots.
Yeah, because that was one that like is an annoyance for both of us. So yeah, that could have been interesting, but apparently the internet god said that we can't have that.
Yeah, yeah. I was saying that I've seen posts that were tagged like not the a-hole or yes the a-hole, and I did not agree with it. So it's not really a spoiler for me.
Yeah, true. Because sometimes the internet is just wrong.
Yeah, like my boyfriend didn't want to watch the same movie that I wanted to watch. Like, what do you guys think? And then you see the comment section like, oh my god, leave that guy. Oh my god, so toxic. Leave him.
Oh yeah, because Reddit has like a somewhat toxic community where like any little thing that should just be like a small conversation is the end of the world for some of these people.
Yeah. So we're going with this one?
I was trying to remember what this one was.
Okay.
And this one's weird, honestly.
Okay.
So I think we go with this one because it's so dumb.
It's a what?
It's so dumb.
Dumb. Okay.
I don't know why I looked at it like you were gonna read it.
If you want, I can.
No, I got it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I the I don't have my glasses on, I know. Am I the a-hole for upsetting my girlfriend's parents?
Yes. Done.
Okay, well, have a good time. I, 41 male, am dating an amazing woman, 40 female, with 2 kids, 13 male and 10 female. We have been together for almost a year now, and I've gotten to know her kids pretty well and developed a good relationship with both of them. Recently, I was driving the kids home from school and I noticed her daughter didn't quite fit the seatbelt right. The lap belt rode up on her stomach. I get it. And the shoulder belt was touching her neck. I don't get that one. I suggested my girlfriend buy her a booster seat so she would fit the seatbelt better. She was confused at first because her daughter had been out of a booster seat for several months, but I informed her that she didn't fit the seatbelt right and showed her the right way you're supposed to fit the seatbelt and that her daughter doesn't. I also pointed out that it could be because she bought a new car and kids fit seatbelts differently in different cars.
Yeah, this is so boring so far.
Yeah. She agreed it was best to get her daughter a booster seat. We bought her one and she was apprehensive and reluctant at first, but explained to her that it would keep her safer and more comfortable in the
Please
car.
stop.
Yep, sorry. It took some getting used to, but she agreed the booster seat is more comfortable. Until the kids went to stay with their grandparents for the weekend. My girlfriend and I spent that weekend together, but I left Sunday before the grandparents brought the kids home. The next Monday, my girlfriend calls me very angry, saying that her parents berated her about the booster seat. Apparently, her father had a tough time uninstalling it and moving it between cars during the kids' visit, and when he bought the kids back, he was very upset and said it was incredibly stupid to put her in a booster seat and that he never had a booster seat as a child. This made my girlfriend really upset and she lashed out at me over the phone saying I caused this huge fight between her and her parents. We all know that this person, and if you disagree, please explain why. This person is not the asshole.
Yeah, no. Why did you decide for me though?
Oh, go ahead. If you had the opposite take, I would love to hear it.
No, not the a-hole. But this is so boring. Like, it's insane. Like, this is the dumbest thing that someone can ask an opinion about it. Like I swear, I don't think I've seen something more boring than this.
Yeah, like you need the internet's help with this. It's
So easy that it's not.
it's just apparently the grandpa being a crotchety old man
Yeah.
and
That's
being
what it is.
inconvenienced in the slightest way possible. He obviously needs to be put in a home. And then I don't know, like say
I don't know if you hit a certain age and like
Oh, I know what you're talking
your brain
about.
just gets preloaded with when I was your age.
Yeah,
I
it's.
would like
okay, when people were your age,
To be fair, I also say that sometimes.
only about Gen Z.
Yeah, well. But no, this thing with like on when I was your age or back in the day we didn't do this or we used to do this. It's so insane. Really, really bothers me. Really bothers me because it's like no one asked you. You know, I didn't ask for your opinion. Keep it to yourself. First of all, second of all, like back in your day, you were making cribs with lead.
dude, you were painting the walls with lead and
Yeah.
then putting asbestos tiling in the top.
Yeah.
Just so you could see which cancer came first.
Yeah. So like that does if you were doing it back in the day, it doesn't mean you were doing it right.
Yeah, if that were the case, I'm sure that this person's dad said the same thing to them. We could go all the way back to when we were throwing rocks at each other. But well, why did we change?
Why were we throwing rocks at each other?
We were too dumb to make spears at some point.
To make what?
Spears.
Ah.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming we figured out a heavy object, like a club, with minimal brain power.
Yeah.
Some people may have developed more slowly.
I mean, we have.
We have several examples of that gene pool.
I was gonna say an example, but I'm not gonna. It would offend half of the internet.
Let's not do that. It's way too early. Yeah, I read that and was just like, is this really a problem that you're concerned about?
Yeah,
Or do you
this
just
is-
need validation?
Yeah, no.
So that-
This is dumb.
When your wife yells at you again for this because
Hey,
she
look what
lashed
the
out at you,
internet told me.
you'd be like, more people agree with me than you.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Yeah, this is stupid. Like, if this is your problem, if this is the biggest problem you have in life, good for you.
If everyone agrees that you're an asshole and your dad needs to be put down.
Yeah. Is this the last one, or am I doing another one? I forgot.
This was the last one.
This
but it
was the
short-
last
It was
one.
a short one.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, yeah, we're done. We're done with the a-hole.
So we do appreciate you joining us
Thank you.
and listening. Thank you for beating around another bush with us.
Yeah,
Feel free to comment. We'd love your opinions on how we're doing, what content you want to see, if you have content you want us to talk about.
and let us know what you think about the a-hole posts.
Yeah, of course. Because we'll have fun reading the comments.
And maybe we have people who say that this guy is an a-hole.
Yeah, and if you have opposite comments from us, like, we would love to hear them. But also be sure to like and subscribe because that will help us update everything, and you can grow along with us.
Yeah, and then we won't have that problem, where you can only see half of my face.
Yeah, first video, couple technical difficulties. This one, better. We'll probably have one when we watch it back, but anyways.
What? What? Oh, yeah.
That's it for us. Enjoy the rest of your time, and hopefully you'll be back for the next video.
Bye.